talking about. Okay.
You know, I never told nobody. All these interviews I did, I have never told that to anybody. But I like how you asked the question like that because that made me think about it like more. You better be on here interviewing. Baby, interviewing.
Yeah, that was good. What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Just in Time for Storytime. I am your host, Justin Stephen Ford, author of the diverse picture book, I See Me. And as you probably know at this point, I had the amazing opportunity to be on Netflix's #1 show, Squid Game's The Challenge, Player 154. And I met so many incredible people. The channel is all about positivity, inspiring people, inspiring stories. And our guest today is no different. So with that being said, you're just in time for story time. So let's bring up the one, the only, CHANEY, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, beautiful? How are you?
Fantastic. I feel good. I look good. Your shirt look better.
Look at us. Look at us. Listen, CHANEY, I've wanted to have you on the show for a while now, but CHANEY stays booked and busy and very fashionable. So
I'm so sorry.
But you're here now.
I didn't reschedule about 3 times on him, y'all. I'm so sorry.
No, but you're here now. And are you ready to get into it? This is a tell-all. Yes, so are you ready to tell the people what they saw, what they didn't see?
Let's get into it, baby.
Okay. So before we start, tell everybody a little bit about who CHANEY 179 is.
So I am CHANEY, player 179. I'm from Houston, Texas, baby, down in the South. And I'm an educator. I work in education. I've been in education for the past 10 years. I love life. I'm happy. I'm not as mean as they portray me to be on the show. So once you get to know me, you'll love me. And I'm a Sash to heart.
Look, CHANEY and I are both Sages.
We are both Sages.
We just had birthdays. So
yes. Happy belated birthday, boo.
Happy birthday to you. Okay, so Squid Game. Were you a fan of the original show?
Yes, I absolutely love the original show. When it first came out, it was like nothing else on TV was like it, you know? Yes. And so it's like, oh my God, they're in this dorm. They're doing all these games. People are actually dying on here. And I was like, okay, this is a nice twist to a TV show. But I liked it. I like that they can ultimately win a prize. And I like that they went after, you know, like everybody on the show wasn't rich on there, you know? So it's like they had something to lose. And they went in there and they competed with all their heart. And it's like, okay, at the end of this, I can come out the victor. So I absolutely loved it.
Okay. So we saw you were a fan of the original show. And then all of a sudden you see casting for Squid Game's The Challenge. Did you sign up right away? Or were you like, this is not real?
No, I thought it wasn't real. So I was at work and I was scrolling on CNN and I saw an advertisement for it. And I was like, ain't no way in hell these people are about to like make this show into a real show. So I was like, okay, this is a bunch of bull crap. They're not about to do this. And then I went home. The next day, I was watching the 5 o'clock news. I saw the commercial on it or the advertisement again on the news. And I was like, okay, they might be for real. This might be for real. And then I was like, all right, whatever. Got to work again. Saw it on CNN again. And then I clicked the link. And I was like, oh, my God, it's an application? Like, I can apply for this? I was like, let me apply for this. So when I first heard about it, I didn't think it was real. But it ended up being very much so real. And life-changing. So I'm happy that I clicked that link. Y'all better start clicking on them links.
Click on the link, y'all. Click on the link and like and subscribe on this video.
Yes. Like and subscribe.
I had to do it. So you apply. Next thing you know, you fly out. Months go by, I imagine. Psych evals, physical exams, all that stuff.
Yes.
We're on a plane to London. We're in London. What some of y'all might know is we quarantined for about 4 or 5 days.
Yes.
In a hotel in London.
Depending on what day you flew in. Yes.
Yeah. So I was there for like 5 days.
Yes.
Prior.
I think I was there for about 4.
Okay, got you. So that was the first time you kind of see other players. Nobody's talking. There's security guards in the elevators.
Yes.
You're on lockdown.
Yes, we are on lockdown.
During that time, did you have like a strategy? Did you have a game plan of what your gameplay would be like?
So I came into it when I got to London and we checked in the hotel and stuff. I had no strategy at all. Of course, I had seen the show, But it was like, okay, red light, green light, this is a breeze. All I got to do is run and stop. What I thought I had to do. I thought we had to do that. Oh, baby, no, it was way more to it than that. The cookie was the only thing that I was scared about. So I started looking up YouTube videos while we were in the hotel, and they were of no benefit because it's like, well, I don't have the actual cookie here to practice. So I went into the first challenge and I went into all of the challenges completely blind because I had not practiced it and I didn't have a strategy. I just knew that I just wanted to be authentically me. Like I just wanted to be myself and make myself proud once I saw myself on the screen. That's the only strategy I had.
Okay. We love to hear it. So the day comes, they take your phone, they take your laptop, they hand you your tracksuit.
It was hard. We was in there for a whole day without our phones and stuff. I was like, oh my God.
No, my call time was late at night. So I gave
mine was early in the morning. Like they came and got my stuff in the morning. I was so distraught. I was like, well, when am I supposed to sit here?
So I'm supposed to like sit here? Like
my final goodbye to my people. I'm like, y'all, they about to take my phone now. Y'all ain't gonna be able to contact me.
So they take our stuff, hand us our tracksuits. Early the next morning, we are on a bus, middle of London, freezing cold, and we pull up to the biggest airplane hangar or blimp hangar or whatnot that we'd ever seen. And that's the very first time I think I met you was in a tent before the first game.
We were in the tent before the first game in there trying to stay warm. We were trying to figure out like where the food was because we were hungry because we had been there for some time. And we were all just gathered around the heater just trying to stay warm. You know, everybody was in there talking and socializing. So yeah.
It was you. It was TJ was in there. It was Darius
was in there. Darius was in there. Yes. Chaz wasn't in our tent. Chad wasn't in that tent. Who else? I don't know if you remember We Two. He was in that tent. Kiki was in that tent, but they all got out in red light, green light.
And we knew because my number's 154, yours 179.
179, so we was all like right there. That's why I be telling people, y'all pay attention to the numbers because most of us have literally made these connections before we even got to the dorm. So everybody just think like my alliance was strategic. No, like if you look at our numbers, we were all in the same tent together.
Yep, very true. So we all line up 4 lines. This is the first time you kind of see 456 people in one place. Green doors open and it's red light, green light.
Ooh. We had no idea that it was red light, green light, but what I saw immediately was that doll standing down there at the bottom. I was like, oh, she about to take me out, girl. Hold on. Back out. You about to take me out that easy. But the set was absolutely amazing. My God. And then I just saw the making of Squid Games on Netflix as well. And they're telling like how long it was. It's like longer than a football field. Like the ceilings are like 30-something feet tall. Y'all, the set was absolutely beautiful. How they created that, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I was a little scared because then like you got to feel like the ground underneath you. And it's like, okay, like if I'm running, how am I gonna come to a stop? Because the ground was a little, I don't even know how to describe it. Like, how would you describe the ground?
That was like a laminate kind of or something.
Yes. It looked like sand, but it wasn't sand. And it was kind of like, okay, if I'm running full speed, it's going to be a little hard for me to come to a complete stop, and then you'll move and then you get eliminated. So I was a little concerned about that.
So red light, green light happened. We do a quick little warm up and then it begins. Now they told us that we might have to hold a position for 5 to 10 minutes between rounds. CHANEY, did that happen?
Child. No, it did not. Y'all, we were in those poses for about, I want to say 20 to 40 minutes at a time. Okay. So those poses were very, very extreme. And you got to think about it. We didn't know that we were going to have to hold those poses the first few poses. So like everybody running, and let's say you stop in an uncomfortable position. We had no idea that you had to hold that pose for about 20 to 25 minutes. No idea at all. And then the next one, we were like, okay, maybe this is just practice. Maybe they're getting the cameras together. You know what I'm saying? Like they getting it together. So we run it again and then we stop. And you're like, okay, it's going to start back. No, we were in this pose for 30 minutes. So literally every pose is about 25, 30 minutes, y'all. And that's what they don't show y'all. So it was an easy game, but the posing made it extremely hard.
Extreme. One of the hardest things I've ever done in my entire life. You see vets dropping, Olympians dropping. You know, it was wild.
Did you ever when you did it, did you have an uncomfortable pose that you posed in, like one of your stops?
So listen, before the first song was even done, I never crossed the line for like 2 songs.
Oh.
Because my strategy.
What?
Yeah.
So you know they said like if you were still behind the line that you wasn't you haven't started the game yet, so you could have been back there moving. Was you moving or were you still?
No, because I was in the back of the back. So nobody was, I was in the, because I was on the right side. So I was over near Darius, but you were over by Darius.
I was over there by Darius too, but we were more so in the front. So we were out there. So we were out there.
Right. Y'all were up there. I just remember Darius on the wall, like,
yeah. Ooh, yes. Because that was his strategy. He was like, he was going to hold up against the wall. I was like, baby, I don't trust that wall. Me and that wall going to have to fight. So let me just stay here to myself. Yeah.
Well, the first couple rounds, I literally walked really slow just to listen how she would do it, like how long it would take. Yeah. And I start seeing people stuck in interesting positions. The very first one, I might have been like this. And I was like, yeah, that can't happen again.
Yes, yes. I was in like a little small squat on one of them. I was like, oh, baby, no. When I got up, I couldn't feel my legs. I could not feel my legs. And I was like, God, I don't know how I'm going to get through it.
Yeah, I counted myself out at the very beginning. I was like, there's no way. I did.
Oh.
I did. But that was a life lesson I took out of it, is like, I genuinely believe anybody who made it through red light, green light can do anything you put your mind to.
Can do anything, because that right there, that was just that was an experience. It was,
and they showed 10 minutes. They showed 10 minutes of it. Y'all don't know.
And they showed 10 minutes. I'm like, y'all, that was about a 15-hour set. People just don't understand. We were there for hours.
Now, what do you say to people about the rumors that it was cold, it was inhumane? What's your thoughts on that?
I would not say inhumane, but would I say cold? Absolutely. It was very much so cold. We had our tracksuits on, we had socks on, we had our shoes on. Yes, it was very cold, but at the end of the day, it's London. It's in the middle of January. We knew that the temperatures were going to be cold. We didn't think it was going to be that cold, but I wouldn't say that it was inhumane. I feel like you read the stuff that you signed up for. You know what I'm saying? And when you got on set, it was kind of true to be what we signed up for. So I don't feel like the people that are saying that it was just like, oh my God, it was so unbearable and stuff like that. I get it. And that's probably why you didn't make it to the dorms. Period. So the people that only the strong survive. Okay, y'all, I'm a Sag. I'm gonna shoot it straight. Only the strong survive. So if you made it through it, like you see, like we're not really complaining about it. Like it was cold to us, but we made it through it. So it's like,
the only people complaining are the people who did not make it through red light, green light.
Oh God, Justin, I didn't want to say it.
I said it.
But yes, I feel like the only people that are really complaining like that to that magnitude, let's say, because we had some older people there, if you weren't like 55, 60, 65, if you wasn't in that age range, you should have been fine. You know what I'm saying? Now, those people I can see because it is extremely cold and they are older. So their body temperatures and stuff is different. So I can see them having to complain about it. But people who are our age and younger, if y'all are complaining about it, just stop.
And it was hard. It was really mental. I feel like anybody who made it through red light, green light has been through something mentally.
Been through something mentally, and you were and what all that stuff you went through mentally prepared you for that moment, and you passed it. So snap.
Made us.
Yes, babe, I know I'd have been through some stuff mentally, Lord.
Same. And I was like, this is the mental fortitude for me. So we make it through. We walk in the dorms the next day. What was it like walking into that dorm for you?
Walking into the dorms was very unsurreal because it looked exactly like how the show was. And I was like, oh my God, we about to have a brawl in here tonight. That's what happened on a TV show. Like they had a whole brawl. So we trying to find the beds and stuff, the people you clicked with already. We like, okay, we need to sleep here. We need to sleep here. So it was when we got in there, the strategy was on. It was like, okay, we don't know what's coming next. It looks absolutely beautiful. I didn't even go back there and check out the bathrooms and stuff like that because I was so worried about like where my bed was going to be. Just in case it like went down. I was like, I'm about to be ready. So in there, I had to find the beds. Me and Darius, we actually slept away from TJ then because there were no more beds over there. So we found somewhere else to sleep at. But I thought the dorms was absolutely, y'all, if y'all would have saw, if you're going to do season 2, you're going to do the season 2, you're going to be absolutely amazed when you walk into that dorm because it was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, it was wild. I remember CHANEY's dorms or you all's bunks were like on the other side from us.
Yes, it was. Y'all was across the way.
We were across the way. We were in the little cut. Y'all were the brownstone.
Ours was called MLK block, just so y'all know. We called it stoops in there because you have to walk up them stairs. We called it stoops. Our stoop was called MLK block, y'all.
That's it. And I had my alliance or whatever, but I also really got along with CHANEY and TJ and Darius.
Yes.
So we were all in the beginning, all kind of together.
We were, absolutely. From day one of the dorms, we were, yes.
Yeah. So that happens. We see some stuff happen in the dorms. 200 goes home, all of that stuff.
Ooh, yeah.
And then we walk into that white room, and we don't.
Dalgona?
That's Dalgona.
Dalgona. Okay. This is favorite game. Favorite. So everybody keep asking me what's my favorite game. Dalgona was my absolute favorite.
Why? First off, what shape is
I understand why it ain't your favorite, but
you ain't gotta play me like that. You ain't gonna play me on my show, CHANEY.
It was my favorite because I feel like it was the easiest. I feel like even though I got my ass out on marbles, I feel like Dalgona was the easiest because the strategy we had. So we soaked the cookie. We I held spit in my mouth. And by the time we got in there, it was nice. It was hot. And then when we opened the tin cans, I know, baby, ooh, it was sizzling. Ooh, it So it was nice and hot. And when I opened my tin can, I just spit it in the can and it was melting from the bottom and I just carved the top. And that made it so much more easier. And you had you was in there. No, you should have had to start with us.
You saw that picture of me that went everywhere.
I saw that picture of you was going to work. I said, oh, baby, he going to work.
It literally was trending called What That Mouth Do.
What That Mouth? Ooh, baby, because you showed them. Not Netflix trying to put your business out there. Like,
no, I was like, that mouth
leave my friend alone.
So listen. So let me talk about the cookie for a second. So I got triangle. This was my demise in the show. More people went out in triangle than they did star and circle.
Yes.
So I don't know if it was the bake on the cookie. My cookie was dark. I held it up to the light. You couldn't see nothing through it. Like, I don't know, but triangles took out a lot of people.
Yes, and we were very, very shocked by that when we got back into it because we thought it was going to be Star and Umbrella that took out the most people. But when we saw that it was another, some people got out on Circle. Yeah. So when we came in the dorms and we saw that, it was like, oh my gosh, like maybe it wasn't as easy as we thought it was, you know?
Yeah.
But I was too scared to take my cookie out and hold it up and examine it for cracks. And I was too scared. So I just left it in there. I was like, I ain't gonna touch it.
So you did that. You remain calm. You sail through. You go back into the dorms and there's bunks gone at this point.
Yes.
Did the game kind of get more real for you after people you were going to sleep with did not come back?
Not necessarily, because at that point it was still a lot of people in there, and it was still my main people in my alliance. We all made it through the through the cookie challenge, so we were all still there. So for me, it kind of still felt like it was a lot of people still in the dorm.
Okay, you remember coming back and I wasn't there?
Yes, I was like, oh my God, Justin didn't make it back in. It was like, girl, no. I was like, oh, I didn't even get, because like when you get eliminated, y'all, that you don't get to go say goodbye to anybody. It's like, get your ass off the set. You lost, so you got to go. Like they literally whoosh you off the set immediately. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't like that. I felt like we should have had some time to say goodbye to people. Like we didn't travel this far. We done made it to this far into the game. We should have at least been able to say goodbye to some people. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that I would say that I didn't like, because I would have loved to have gave you a hug before you left.
Well, I'm gonna see you soon anyway. It'll be all right.
Absolutely.
So listen, so you're back in the game. Let's talk about your gameplay a little bit. We're gonna talk about your alliance that maybe wasn't supposed to be an alliance, but it formed. So we got Darius, TJ, you, Jesse, and Chaz.
And Chaz came about a little bit later. So the main ones that you just said, yes, we were all in alliance. Yes.
Okay, got you. So now the way it looks like on TV, baby, you were the ringleader.
You know.
What was it your plan?
Ringleader. I was not the ringleader. I know that's how I look, y'all, and I see how I come across on TV. I see that, but it was like I didn't feel like I was a ringleader. I just felt like I was being me. And so our plan was just honestly just to stick together. But we all had a conversation. You know, it was like, we're going to stick together as much as we can. We're going to be strategic together and, you know, play these games together as much as we can. But at the end of the day, one person can win. And so when we have to go heads up, as everybody saw in marbles, we had to go heads up with each other because we didn't know. So when we went heads up, baby, we played. Okay. So it was like, we are an alliance. We are, you know, affiliated with one another, but it's only one person that can win. And we are going to duke it out. So we were together, but we also had an understanding. Like it's us It's us as an alliance, but we have to play our own individual game, if that makes sense.
Now, you come off as CHANEY is a very confident, beautiful Black woman
yes,
in all things that you do.
It's giving
and we see that in some of your interviews. I think there's an interview where you talk about, listen, you know who you are.
Yeah.
Have you always been that way?
No, I actually used to be very insecure when I was younger. I would say I was very insecure all the way up until the end of college. I will honestly admit that. Super, super small. My teeth didn't always used to be. I put a lot of work into getting my teeth straight. I had braces like 2 times. I get my teeth white. I tell you, girls, it takes work to look like this. Okay. So, but all of that, I got my heart broke. So that's what really just projected me into this person you see today. So I got put down to my lowest point in life, and the only way up from the bottom is to go up. The only way from the bottom is up. And so I felt like at that point in my life, I was like, okay, I want to change this about myself. I want to fix this about myself. I want to fix this about myself. I started hitting the gym hard. I would start going hard in my academics. That's why I'm talking about my degrees, y'all. I put the work in for that stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is not like a Sleeping Beauty story. This is years and years and years of work. So everything that I said in that interview, like, I own up to it because I earned it and I worked for it. You know what I'm saying? And that's me, and that's empowering for me. So nobody can take that away from me.
Good for you. That's what I'm talking about. Okay.
You know, I never told nobody. All these interviews I did, I have never told that to anybody. But I like how you asked the question like that, because that made me think about it like more. You better be on here interviewing. Interviewing.
Yeah, that was good.
Back in the day.
So listen, hold up. So that comes back. You're back in. People are leaving. I'm trying to think what happens next. Is there a couple tests? A couple tests now?
Yes, the number stuff. Yes. Yes.
The numbers. Well, telephone happened before that, right?
Telephone. Oh, yeah. Dare's gonna go over there to that phone and try to. I said, if you gonna sit down, I had to give him that mama look. You gonna sit down somewhere. Darius was 2 inches from that phone. From picking that phone up, because they were giving out treats. So what they don't show is that, you know, some people got pizza, some people got candy bars. They were giving out treats for like different things. And so Darius thought that if he answers the phone this time, that he was gonna get a chocolate muffin. Maybe he'll tell you that in a heartbeat. I'm just gonna give me a chocolate muffin. No, you finna get your chocolate ass eliminators. Sit down somewhere.
So we see somebody dragged Darius away. I don't know who it was.
I don't remember who dragged him away either, but somebody did.
But we also don't see you nowhere near that phone, right?
Hey, so I was over there on my stoop on MLK because they're me, but this is not the Hunger Games, y'all. I am not Candace Everdeen. I am not volunteering for nothing. Okay. Okay. Whatever she do on there, no, baby. 179 finna be right here.
Sitting down on the stoop. On the stoop. Perch. So that happens, and then the voting game comes up. Now, CHANEY, you have a very big scene in the voting game. CHANEY came alive, baby. That's like, touch my pearl. You walk us through a little bit during voting.
Started some controversy, baby.
You did. So what happened with all that? Like, I know they bring out the little voting booth. Yeah. Of course, we found out the rules. Once you put somebody up there, their face pop up, we know who did it. Yes. You were not the first person up on the board, but how did your name get up on the board? Do you know why? All of that.
So we all came together. You know, we're hearing chit chat around the dorms, and they show a clip of that. They're like, okay, everybody, what numbers are you hearing? So we were hearing 330 or 9. So everyone, it was not my personal vendetta against 330. Like I said in the show, if you listen, I only put his number up there because my alliance thought that he had a lot of influence in the dorm, and he was becoming very powerful. We have to take him out. We don't want to compete. We got to go. So we was like, okay, we're going to vote 330. So I was the first. Well, Jesse was ahead of me, but you know, you can see the number of people put in. And Jesse, when Jesse got up there, was only 2 people up there on the screen. And then when it was my turn, I stayed true to my word. If we say we're going to put 330 up there, y'all, I'm going to stand on it. I'm going to stand on business. I put him up there. So again, it was nothing personal. I've never even talked to Dr. B, never had a conversation with him, but we were hearing things and we were like, okay, maybe he's a good player for us to take out, to target and take out. It was all strategy. That's all it was. And how I got put up there was by him.
You weren't nervous, right? We sure did.
Yes, I was shitting bricks, Justin. Yes, I was nervous. Yes, I was nervous. Like my heart was beating so fast. Like I never felt so isolated and so alone because it's like my picture is up here in front of all these people. I'm a target. Like up until that point, you know, I had been low key. I've been, you know, just chilling, staying out the way, and then boom, I'm on the screen for everybody to vote out. Yeah.
And you didn't realize that was coming. You didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that coming at all, because it wouldn't have made sense for him to do that. Because if he was listening to the numbers going around the dorm, nobody even knew Player 179 existed.
She said that was by design. That was a strategy.
By design, okay. My name went in them streets.
Do you think you know why he put you up there?
Because I put him up there.
Oh, that's why. Okay, gotcha.
That's why. Yeah, because he said it in there. He was like, oh, because at that point it was just 3 guys up there. And when he went up there, he was like, it's a lot of guys up there. It seems like it's time for a woman to be put up there. And of course, he put me up there. So I don't think it was personal for him either. He only put me up there because I put him up there. Yeah. I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, and that's the name of the game. I mean,
it's the name of the game.
You make moves. Yeah. All the moves. When you make a little like splash in the pond, it ripples.
Yeah.
So listen, as you're waiting, did you think this might be it for me? I might be out of here.
Yes, I was shaking boots, y'all. I really was. And after it, I kind of had got into like a little heated argument with Darius because I kind of felt like they had left me sitting. And then watching back, I saw Darius standing right there by me the whole entire time. But it felt like I was there on my own and I was isolated from everybody because I felt like I was a target.
Got you. So now, CHANEY, now we know who Player 179 is. She ruffling feathers.
She that girl.
That girl. And then, wait, what happened after that? So we had the game. You had the voting game. You had Jack in the Box.
Yes, Jack in the Box. Okay, so Jack in the Box is when Darius got eliminated. Luckily, we had Jesse up there on the stage, so he was representing for our alliance. And Jesse, when he got it and he was like, he has to eliminate 2 people. They didn't show that Jesse came off the stage and he walked over there to us and he was like, hey, I need some numbers. Well, at that point, Dash had been stirring up a bunch of stuff in the dorm. So I was like, 1 for 1. He got to go. Like, he's doing too much. He's making people target me. He's putting our names out there. He's starting all this drama with Darius. He has to go. So we were like 1 for 1. And he voted Dash out. And then after watching it, because this happened after the vote, so that clip that they showed in there on the vote where Dash is saying, "Oh, we got to get CHANEY out. She's the leader." I had no idea that conversation was taking place. You know what I'm saying? I was just saying we got to get him out just because of like all the mess that he was creating in the dorm and the drama and all of this and that. And it was too much, Justin. So I was like, he got to go. You know? And then it came out that he was up there putting people against me, and I was like, I made the right call.
So you stand by that. Check out Dash's interview too, because he definitely talks about his side. And this all love, guys. This was a game. To everyone watching, be nice in the comments to everyone.
Be nice, y'all.
But we did see. So Dash stands up. There's 2 things I gotta say. First off, Darius being oblivious of what his number was.
Baby, no, because I was oblivious to what his number was. So we like 176. We ain't no way in here. He's saying Darius. You see, we looking around like we were so caught off guard. And then keep in mind that this is the first person from our alliance that is being eliminated. So that was a very shocking moment for us. Yeah, it was so like I cried, and they didn't show it. I cried so much. I even had a conversation with Kyle after he did that because Kyle was like, oh, this person is a threat and he's been, doing this in the dorm. So after he voted him out, I pulled him to the side. I was like, hey, Kyle, let's have a conversation. I was like, I know the stuff you said up there about Darius. I was like, but that's not true. I was like, he's not the one that's been going around here in the dorm starting up the mess. It was Dash that was in here starting up that controversy and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I talked to Kyle about it. And, I just let bygones be bygones. Because at the end of the day, Darius' ass is out. I'm still in. And I still got to win this $4.56 million, y'all.
Hold up. So Dash gets selected, right?
Yes.
He calls everybody out in your alliance.
He dropped the T. He said on one of his interviews, he said a bomb.
That was here.
But I didn't think that it was a shocker. I felt like everybody already knew that we were an alliance because especially me, like, I wasn't in there fraternizing a lot like that. So when you saw me, you saw Darius. When you saw me, I'm either talking to Darius, I'm either talking to Jesse, or I'm either talking to TJ. So I think people could put 2 and 2 together. So was it necessary for him to do that? Absolutely not. Was it salty? Absolutely yes. Was it a surprise? Absolutely not.
She said, were we an alliance? Yes. Were we a strong?
Was it great TV? Yes. Absolutely. Baby, put me on the map. Got me looking like a ringleader out here. You better help this storyline.
You did. I was like, oh, CHANEY is that girl. And you were just like, I wasn't even trying. Because a lot of times, because you all had a lot of strong personalities. TJ was a very strong personality. Yes. You are you
yes,
have
most definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So y'all had a lot of eyes on that alliance.
We did, yes. And we were very much so a target. I don't think we realized how big of a target we were. Because it was just 5 of us until Chaz had came in. You know what I'm saying? Right. And you know, in the dorm, it was way more bigger alliances than that. Yeah. As people start to see as the show went on, it was way bigger alliances than that.
And the show only touched on that very lightly.
Very lightly. Very lightly.
There was so much that went on. Are we gonna talk about the condoms for a second?
Oh my God, let's talk about them. So people, what you want to talk about with that? Let me follow
your lead. What do you know about the condoms?
I know about the condoms because we go into dorms and stuff. I think that was the first day. And people that came in there, they going through the drawers and stuff. They see the socks and the shirts and all this other stuff. And then somebody was like, yo, they got condoms in there. I was like, oh shit, it's about to go down in here. Somebody about to get their groove on. I was like, okay. It wasn't gonna be me because I wasn't there for that, but
nobody getting their groove on. Like we were gross.
Nobody got their groove on, but they had condoms. But the condoms only lasted for a little bit. Remember, because our lips had started getting chapped, and yes, people started using the lubrication in the condoms for chapstick. They absolutely did. I did not. I went in there to try to see if it was some more in there. Because if you knew how dry my lips were. Yes, I was gonna use that, but they were gone by the time I got in there, so I couldn't. And they didn't replenish them either.
They did. I woke up and it was like condoms next to my bed. I was like, "Well, I didn't do nothing."
You thought somebody got busy?
No, it was they used the lube because of their lube.
Yeah.
Okay, so then Netflix Lambert team tells you, "Hey guys, we're gonna do a little treat. We're gonna do a little treat.
This treat."
We're going to give y'all a picnic. Did you not know? So everybody watching TV has been like, how did y'all not know? Did you know?
No, I would have never partnered with Chaz. So this is right at y'all. This is right after Jack in the Box, right? So I am mentally checked out because I don't think people understood how much of a connection me and Darius had made. And so I was mentally checked out. I was so done. And I was just like, I just want to be like by myself, right? Because I was crying so hard because I was like, I feel like I'm in here by myself now. You know, so even though I had TJ and them, but Darius was my bunkmate. Like he's been sleeping next to me since day one. So when marbles come, when the picnic comes, I am literally checked out. Like Chad, and they don't show it. Chaz had to come over there and get me out of the bed to line up to go get the picnic basket. Because he was like, okay, come on, friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, we can't do this. We got to get out the bed. We got to get our momentum back. At the end of the day, it's still a game. But y'all, I was done. I took Darius being eliminated very hard. I will say that. And then we get in line, and you know, we smelling the brownies and stuff. We smelling the cookies.
Oh, you can smell it.
You get, oh, it was smelling good. Oh, it's smelling so good. I was like, oh my God, they really about to give us a treat. I was like, hey. So we get the little picnic basket. We make the pallet, get on the basket. We open it up. It's strawberries in there. It's grapes, brownies, cookies. They got sour patches, gummy worms. And then somebody opens the bottom of it and say it's marbles. And I just shut down. I was like, we don't even have like a day just to rest. Because it was the voting, then it was the Jack in the Box, and now it's marbles.
And that was back to back to back.
It was back to back to back. So just imagine all of that mentally, like taking all of that in mentally. It definitely wore on me. It did. And so when we saw that in there, I was like, I was so sad because I was like, damn, I got to play Chaz. We had been practicing in the dorm some strategies for it or whatever. And so we were going to play a strategic game. But once we found out that it was each other, we both knew the strategy. So we had to come up with a different game. But when we got the picnic basket, y'all, we had no idea. When people say that we had no idea, well, the people that had no idea, I was one of the people that had no idea that it was going to be marbles at all.
And do you think it's because so much stuff had happened? Did you think it was actually just going to be a break?
I thought they was going to give me 24 hours to rest and recuperate, get myself together. They was coming over there. You know how you do the meals and stuff? They wanted to come after Darius. They got eliminated. They wanted to do the meals and all that stuff. I declined. I was like, I just can't. Like, I need some time to just be to myself. You know what I'm saying?
And what people don't realize is that you really get close. You watch these shows like Love is Blind, Island. You're like, how do they get so close in a week? We I don't know if it was trauma bonding or when you take out everything.
When you take out all the distractions in the world, it's easier to form a connection.
Which is a beautiful thing.
It was so beautiful. And we were saying it in there. It was like, it's so beautiful. Yeah. Like, you know, just like whenever you ever done that in life, like think like, can you even remember like what life was like without a cell phone or a tablet or anything like that? So just to have all of that completely taken away, and it's not right there in reach. Like, I'm not having notifications right now. I'm not having to check this email right now, and just focus on the moment and the people that you're connecting with. The relationships can form way faster and way deeper. So when y'all are seeing people like crying on there, y'all, these are real tears. They're not, it's not fake.
I agree. I agree. So we find out it's marbles. Y'all walk into the marble set. Was that your favorite set to date?
Yes.
Okay.
Obviously, I didn't see any other sets. I feel like if I would have made it to the bridge, maybe the bridge would have been my favorite set because it looks so beautiful. But the marble set was when I say it looks just like the original series, looked just like it. It was so beautiful. It was beautiful. The orange on the wall, it looked like a sunset. That's my favorite time of day. If you ever want to take me on a date, that's my favorite time of day. But it was absolutely beautiful, Jay.
Here's her DMs just in case. I got you, friend.
Baby, right on cue.
So listen, so you go in. How did you like you said with you and Chaz, y'all knew what games that strategically that y'all had practiced. What game did you end up playing?
We did circles. So we do 3 circles. The small circle was worth 3 points. The medium circle was worth 2 points. And the big circle was worth 1 point. And whoever got the most points was the winner.
Got you. So how did that game go?
Y'all, I suck. First of all, I should have never agreed to that because I am not Jackie Robinson, baby. I don't play for the Astros. I cannot throw to save my life. Okay. So that's why your girl got out, because I suck at throwing. So we were throwing. It was a lot of pressure. It's like, okay, one of us is going to go home at the end of this. And I think overall the game went well. I think it was fair. And I wouldn't have chosen to go out in a better way than an actual game. If I would have got eliminated in the dorm, I would have been highly upset. But I lost on a game that it was a true testament to my skills. And unfortunately, I just didn't have the skills for marbles. Chad did, and he went on and he did great, you know? So I'm happy that I went out the way that I did.
Yeah. And beautiful. So you go out, you know, that whole thing happens, you go off, you're out of the experience now. How was it for you readjusting back into your normal life?
It was hard because I flew back to the States. I flew back on a Friday. I literally had that Saturday and Sunday to rest. And then Monday, it was back to life. So I hardly had any time to like just adjust mentally, to get myself prepared, to reflect on the experience that I had been through. I had to jump right back into work mode. And, you know, I'm in education, so I'm around kids. Nobody has any idea that I literally just went across the world and filmed this show. They have no idea. We couldn't talk about it the entire year. So I'm holding all of this in, having to get through work, having to have these interactions at work, and having to process everything that I just went through mentally. It was very hard, very much so hard.
Biggest takeaway, what did you learn?
Biggest takeaway is that life is beautiful. Like when you cut out all the distractions and when you actually just put time and effort and have good intentions with meeting someone and taking a leap of faith and doing something that you want to do, it is so beautiful. And it don't look, I'm not the winner, y'all. I didn't win $4.6 million, but I met lifelong friendships. Like me and Jay gonna be rocking forever. He don't know it, but we're gonna be rocking forever. Me and Darius, we're gonna be rocking forever. So it's like I may not have won the money, but I got that experience. I'm a Sag, so we love to get the experience. So absolutely beautiful experience. Play the game. If y'all go to season 2, if y'all do season 2, play the game, okay? Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Be socialized. I wasn't as social. I wish I would have been a little bit more social, you know, but I wasn't. I did what I did, and you know, it is what it is. But it is a social game as well, y'all. So play the game, be social, and make the most out of it. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Would you do season 2?
Yeah, I think I'm one and done. I think one is good for me. Okay. Would I do something else with TV? Absolutely. I love it. I feel like I was comfortable on the screen. I love talking to all the producers and stuff like that. So would I do some more TV? Absolutely. Would I do Squid Games too? No, y'all got it. I will be rooting for whoever was in this season that goes to the second season. I will most definitely be rooting for
on
y'all.
That couch.
But will you see CHANEY on there? No.
Now, the show is out. Last question. The show is out. You're seeing yourself back on television. How is that? How has the reception been from your friends, from your family, and for you seeing yourself on TV?
seeing myself, I was very proud of myself. I felt like I felt like this is me. Like you didn't meet my representative. And so like if you like me or if you didn't like me, I can honestly say that you chose to either like the real CHANEY or you chose to not like the real CHANEY. And I am at peace with that because that is who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all didn't meet my representative. Y'all met me and y'all saw me for who I truly, truly am. You know what I'm saying? And so I love that. Absolutely love it. My family is proud of me. My dad is very proud of me. My brother and them are proud of me. I have got a lot of backlash. Just a lot of people that don't like me because, you know, they think I'm egotistical or whatever. But, you know, whenever you want to do brunch or lunch to figure out the real CHANEY, let me know. And we can have that conversation, boo, because I'm really awesome. So, yeah.
And there's somebody else that loves you that you didn't mention on that list, which is me, CHANEY. I love you.
I love you too. Yo, I love Jay. I call him Jay. I love Justin so much because you have been nothing but genuine with your little smile. Why you your smile so bright? It's just like, ooh, you be doing something to me. But no, you are genuinely like a good-hearted person. Like you are welcoming. Your aura is just like it's like I want to hug.
We really connected well in the show because I was really honest about
you're genuine. We talked about a lot of deep stuff on there too. I'm gonna talk about it on here, but we had a very genuine connection, and so that's the type of connection that I like to make. You know, because you could tell like now, like with our energy now, it was like it was real. But you are awesome and amazing. Thank you for having me on this.
I love you, CHANEY.
My baby doing the damn thing.
Listen, CHANEY, let everybody know where they can find you.
Huh? My IG is CHANEY, you guys, right there on the screen. CHA the number 3Y, and then my TikTok is CHAN 2 3s with the number Y.
Got you, ladies and gentlemen. Please give it up for CHANEY player 179. Anything else you want to say before we get on out of here?
I love you and thank you, and I hope all this goes well. And we need to link real soon.
Absolutely. Well, until next time, guys, make sure you go follow CHANEY. Make sure you click, and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Give my boo his subscribes, baby.
Listen, check out all the other players' interviews, and also check out the amazing work we're doing in children's literacy. And we interview kids, and they say the darndest thing. So until next time, you're just in time for story time. Bye, y'all.
Why you so awesome?